Israel bombed another hospital. Let's talk about that. And now they have changed their story. Now, like, the bombing of hospitals has become so accepted that they openly announce that they did it. They take credit for it now, like in the way that terrorist groups take credit for attacks. And just before we get going here, I want to emphasize here that everyone's favorite moron, Ethan Klein, justified the Israeli bombing of hospitals, saying that it was provoked. And that sort of rhetoric that people like him make to justify this is why it can happen. That is straight up pro-hospital bombing propaganda, in which he tries to remove the blame for bombing hospitals onto the victims of the bombing. I went over this last week, but I will show the clip again for old time's sake and because it's relevant, obviously.
Well, I feel like this is a force that's going to help end the war, not fucking keeping hostages and underground and like sending, just continuing to provoke Israel to attack them and putting fucking like military complexes under
hospitals. Like, Jesus Christ, we gotta. So, literally a week after he said that, this is what happens. Israel brazenly bombs a hospital, the last operational hospital in North Gaza. Israel destroyed like the surgery and intensive care department of the last remaining operational hospital in North Gaza, in Gaza City. The article states that when the bombing of hospitals was still taboo in October 2023, Israel denied bombing Al-Ahli Arab Hospital. This time, Israel claims it targeted a Hamas command and control center at the hospital and has provided no evidence. Now, the reason why Israel bombs hospitals is because it's conducting a genocide. Okay? When you're conducting a genocide, you're trying to make a place unlivable. You're trying to kill as many people there as you can in order to induce anyone who remains into leaving so that you can then take over the territory, which is what they want to do here. The reason why you bomb hospitals is quite simple. So that people there can't receive medical care for the injuries that you impose upon them, to make the place even further unlivable than you're already making it. That's why they do this. Ethan Klein obviously justified this a week before they bombed another hospital. This is blood, quite literally, on the hands of him and every other propagandist like him who spreads these literal hospital bombing enabling narratives. So this is a hospital run by the Baptist Church, which Israel claimed has a command and control center under it, struck by bombs, put out of service. They do this basically every week. They bomb a hospital intentionally and they don't even try to hide it anymore. They just say, yeah, we did it because it's a Hamas hospital. That's all there is to it. This is the same hospital that they already bombed infamously on 17th October 2023, which they justified with the exact same Hamas hospital narrative that Ethan Klein used there. So yeah, what else is there to say? Unfortunately, we are well past the point of where me talking about this really does anything. It doesn't do shit. Like, I'm informing you, okay, great. The awareness is raised. What does that do? Nothing. The time for action was literally at the beginning of this. No action has been taken. There's no more awareness left to raise. Everyone's aware. Nothing's happening. That's all there is to it. Now you know that Israel bombed another hospital and they're just openly owning it now as a point of pride. They're not even trying to deny it anymore. Now it's like, yep, we did that. Yep. And we'll do it again. And yeah, what else is there to say about that? You're aware of it, and you will do nothing with that information. People way more powerful than you with way more capacity to act than you won't do anything with that information either. Basically, the world has agreed to allow this genocide to happen. The world has agreed to sort of ignore it or support it and just accepted it. And that is the cold hard fact. There's no more awareness left to raise here.